Hey, my bosses. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of day you are watching it. Welcome back to another Bawse Kreationz production. Today in the studio, we are going to be doing two more coach shirts that you have seen me do in a previous video, along with Jamaican Independence shirts. Yes, I know this is late. It was recorded then, but I've had so many videos pre-scheduled to go up and everything. I did not want to interrupt the schedule or change out anything. So you guys might be seeing this 3 weeks after the August 6th or the August 4th when I completed these shirts. For that, I do apologize, but you gotta do what you gotta do when you're working in a business and you are everything from sales rep to marketer to editor to videographer to photographer and also working a 9 to 5 business. So please forgive me on that. Okay, today's video is going to be multiple materials in one video. We are going to be doing sublimation on scissor glitter vinyl, sublimation on one of Cricut's 100% polyester shirts. We are also going to be using HTV flock vinyl, which is going to be a yellow vinyl that we're going to use for one of Jamaican Independence shirts. And we're also going to be using subliflock on one of these orders. I believe this is about 5 shirts that we're going to be completing. Some of them you're going to see the full process on. Some of them you're not because I cut them out. Some of them, they're just going to be lost footage. You'll see what I mean in soon. All right, guys. So basically, what we're doing first and foremost, what I always do when I have multiple shirts, is do my prep. By prep, I mean I cut all the vinyl, I weed all the vinyl, I print off all images for sublimation, I put them together if they need to be pieced together because I do have a 8.5 by 11 size sublimation printer, which is the EcoTank 2760. So I have to cut my images into tiles and tape them together whenever I'm doing a larger than Cricut size determination that they want for their print and cut in order for me to do large size prints on shirts. So I always do my prep work first before I start my press. I used to do prep, press, prep, press, but I realized that that takes a lot longer than just doing all your prep first, set them to the side, and then do all your pressing at once. So now I am taping together my image because this image, I believe I had to print this at a 9.5 by 9.5 or a 10 by 10. I'm not quite sure. I remember what size this was for, but this was for an extra large. Oh no, I'm sorry. This was a 10.5 size print because it was for a extra large t-shirt. So I had to divide it up into 4 squares, cut them, print them, and now I'm taping them together. I'm not taking you guys through the whole process of all my prep because that would have been a very longer video. So pieces of my prep, parts of my prep is, there you go. So now that image is taped together, cute until my Jamaican comes out, because you know some of us Jamaicans are crazy. Yes, I am Jamaican, born and raised. Hey, hey, hey. But this picture that I'm taping together now, it is our national bird, which will be on a shirt with vinyl. So that's why I said we're doing multiple different materials in today's video, from sublimation to flock to subliflock to regular HTV, a whole lot. Now that all the prep work is done, now we're going to get into the pressing. All my shirts are pre-rolled, pre-lint rolled. Also saves a whole lot of time in the shirt making process. I just lay them out on my workstation and I pre-lint them front, back, side to side and leave them stacked on the table. And as I need them, I take them off. If I get to the press and I see that they might have some lint that it needs to be extra lint rolled, I will do an extra roll on the press. But other than that, all my shirts are pre-lint rolled before we hit the press, taking out the moisture out the shirt as well as making my middle line so I can find the middle easily. Sometimes I will use the ruler, the neck ruler, to measure out my middle, but I have been doing this now for going on 3 years. It's been 2 years because I've passed my 2 year mark. So I can pretty much eyeball and guesstimate where my center is with my center line creased. Now we're going to move on to the subliflock. So the first word on this one is going to be happy. Like I said, it is Jamaica's Independence Day shirts. So we're going to do Happy Independence Jamaica with August 6th on it. This one, happy, is in flock. Now, because I am working at 12 midnight, I am the only one up in my house right now. We're going to make this go by a little faster. So how I do that is I take off all my excess, all the excess carrier sheet of my vinyl, so I can line up my images underneath each other where they need to go, so I can do everything in one press instead of doing it line by line, which is going to take a lot longer. So the excess of the carry sheet that I have left on each design is going to be my space in between each word. I put the black backing part for the Jamaican flag because there is a Jamaican flag that's going on the top. I am going to add the other line, which is another piece of the flock vinyl that says Jamaica. Using the excess that I have left over as my spacing in between the words. And the last piece that I'm going to add is established August 6th, which is the date of our independence. I'm going to add that to the bottom. All right, so like I said, we're using the space that I have left on the extra piece of the carrier sheet as my space in between the words. We're going to line it up so it is perfectly lined and straight, and then we're just going to press it. Now, with flock vinyl is a cool peel. So after you press it, you cannot take off the carrier sheet. You can take it off of your regular vinyl if you're doing a mixture of textures, but you have to wait until it cools. So while that cools off, we're going to move on to your full sublimation shirt. Now this shirt that I'm using is your Cricut branded shirt. They are the best shirt for polyester, for sublimation. They are thick. I am not putting any butcher paper in between the shirt because the shirt does not bleed through because of how thick it is. So you do not need to waste butcher paper on the inside of the shirt. All you need to do is make sure you're using a Cricut branded shirt because they're thicker than any of the other shirts you will find out there. Cricut did amazing when it was coming up or manufacturing or sourcing out for their infusible ink shirts, which is pretty much sublimation. So now we're going to take down our print so it doesn't move when we're pulling down or pulling up the press. And while we are pressing this, once I put it down, we're going to move back over to the table so I can show you the taking off of the carrier sheet off of the flock vinyl. Okay, since it's cooled down now, we're going to remove the carrier sheet off of the flock vinyl. It's a little stiff to pull off, but just take your time and pull at an angle and it will have no problem coming off. Our sublimation image is done pressing. I press at 380, 390 for 55 seconds. And there you go. Cute now till my Jamaican comes out. I love this shirt so much, I went ahead and made me another one just for me. Okay, now since we've done with that, we are going to now finish adding on our flag. The black vinyl piece is down. Press the green vinyl piece for a few seconds. Lift that up. Since this is a layered vinyl, it's a multiple press. You only want to press them for 5 to 10 seconds each. Press again the cross, which is also in our flock vinyl, that has to be cooled off before we can peel it. So now we're going to move on to the other shirt. This is going to be the sublimation on the scissor glitter HTV. It is the Jamaican national bird. This shirt is going to be the scissor vinyl along with regular HTV vinyl. Excess glitter that was on the shirt, rolled that off before I put on the other vinyl. Now, as a tip for those watching, if you are doing a sublimation shirt with regular HTV vinyl, please do all your sublimation steps first before you add your vinyl, because your butcher paper will stick to the already pressed on vinyl because of the 400-degree heat that you need for sublimation. Although mine is pressed at a 390-degree heat, the butcher paper still got stuck. Now, it is not the end of the world if the paper gets stuck on to your vinyl. It's just going to be an extra step for you to get it off. All you have to do is get a clean, wet cloth and wipe the white paper off of the vinyl, and it will come out fine. Now, I did not show the whole process of me doing that. This is not the first time this has happened to me. This is about the third. I don't know why I haven't learned yet, but I'll get it one of these days, y'all. But make sure you guys do all your sublimation steps first and then move on to your vinyl. Right now, I'm just taping down my sublimation piece, my sublimated picture onto the scissor easy vinyl, lining it up as best as I can. And what I can't see, this is where you're going to see where I can't pick up the butcher paper. I'm pulling, nothing's happening. Try another side. Comes up a little bit, but no. So I'm going to sit this to the side, let it cool, and then I'll work on it off camera. But I will show you a picture of it at the end of the video. Is going to be a picture of the shirts that have been completed, that was completed in this video. So now we're going to move on to the coat shirt. Now, you guys, if you haven't watched this video, this particular design before, I've done this particular shirt before. The lady who ordered it the first couple of times ordered 2 more of the same shirt, so I got the same order the same day I got all the other shirt orders, so why not knock them all out in one day sitting? So right now we are working on the coach shirts. I did the coach vinyl text on the back, and now we're going to use the subliflock on the front left hand pocket, logo pocket. So it's going to be, it's about a 5 by 5 or 4.5 by 5 inch picture. I'm just lining it up properly, making sure the subliflock is straight on the shirt, because you do not want to go and put on your subliflock without measuring it out, and then you go sublimate it on and realize that your design is crooked. So line it up, press it for 5 seconds, tape on your sublimated pieces, line it up on the flock the way you want. Make sure it's taped down so it doesn't move during the pressing process. Cover with butcher paper, press. I press for 60 seconds. Lift up, boom, good to go. Now, the other clips are going to be me putting on the thing, but this is where I lost some of my footage. I do record on my Pixel 6, my Pixel 6 Pro. Sometimes I run out of space and my phone automatically deletes footage that I don't want them to delete, but it is what it is. That's why I try to film and edit all in the same, but I had so many orders going and coming in and out this past couple of weeks. It was kind of hard for me to edit and film all in the same day. I did a lot of filming in the same day, but not a lot of editing in the same day. That's why you guys are getting this about 3 weeks later. Okay, second shirt coach is done, flipped over. Going to put on the subliflock, and after this, I don't even know if you guys saw me put on the sublimated image part, because I believe it's after this that I lost the rest of that footage. Place it down, grab my sublimation piece, line it up the best I can, lined up perfectly. Remove the sublimation piece, Teflon sheet, put down, and all right, y'all, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell when you know when something else is uploaded. See y'all in the next one. Bye.